So this is day one of getting my first U-part wig sample in that I'm gonna be wearing. I just started wanting to wear them because I like the natural look, and I've been getting more to my natural hair. And while that grows out and I keep it healthy underneath, I'm gonna be doing some U-part stuff. I'm not really a lace person or a braid person. So we have started to get wigs, and I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And I said, you know what? I try to think of as many business opportunities that I could create. And I said, why not do this one? I don't think it's too hard to get into selling hair. And so I said, why not let's try it. And I'm gonna be starting this journey, and I'm gonna start by marketing it, my sample, by using my own personal hair while I'm streaming. I won't be selling this exactly, but I wanted a wig to go ahead and get started with, so I can go ahead and learn how to do it. Also have something to market and make that a part of my branding. before I actually start. So I'm gonna get used to wearing these things. And so it's specifically identified to me. When you think of me, you think of this, and when you think of this, you think of me. So, and I thought, why not, since we're going to be starting up something, be able to market something else through that or whatever. So, and I think that'll be pretty smart to do and pretty helpful too, because I'm sure people are gonna love to, like, look at this, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm gonna take this out of the packet and I'm gonna see what's up. And excuse the quality of the video. This is April 4th of 2025. This is the very, very beginning before I even have my complete setup in here. This is where I make my candles at. And this is also where I'm gonna be gaming at. So everything is not full-fledged. I'm gonna be starting everything. And I thought, since I'm going to be the very first behind the scenes of like me starting all of this, I don't mind all this stuff in the back, you know, this nothing, and it's gonna get cleaned up. But this is the very beginning of this, and it's gonna be like basically behind the scenes of starting a multi-millionaire, business wig company. Yeah. Okay, so I don't have much of an update right now, but what I will say is, because I've been doing less talking content. Honestly, I just don't really know exactly what to say because I'm honestly just behind the scenes getting stuff done. So I'm not sure if I told y'all, but I got a lot of those supplies using a firm from Lone Star, which I'm so glad that they did. They put that on their site because I don't remember seeing that before, or I just wasn't using it back then. But I'm using it now, and I got a lot of supplies for almost $300 some. Now, wax and stuff, I can't get in like that, but you know, the wicks and jars and lids and stuff like that, I can. Fragrance oils too. I don't use any of their oils right now, but that is but that could be the case, and that would be very, very helpful. So we got a lot of those supplies in, and I gave away a few of my candles as gifts and marketing, and so I need to restock some of those, in which I've restocked one so far because I've been trying to make my newer scents from the Fragrance to You company that I tested a little while ago, and those videos have been in the vault for a long time because I just needed to edit them, and I got 2 out, and they actually came out at perfect timing because they actually are doing their pre-lunch. They actually did their pre-lunch on Monday, and then she also contacted me through email again saying that she was going to send me all of their fragrance oils, so I should be expecting those in the mail. And I was like, on my list, y'all know, to become a PR person, or to be on companies' PR lists and to be thought about it in that way, and used towards marketing and expansion for their businesses. So I'm glad to be a part of that. Small entrepreneur company to have contacted me, that was not on my list. It was more like the other place that I've known of, and for God to put that favor over me and do a completely new company, like that felt really good because I was thought of, you know. And then she is so nice. She is so nice. The fact that I reviewed her oils and I gave an in detail review. I did some videos that they didn't even ask for. She wanted me to be honest. She was fine with my honesty, and she ended up sending me a bottle of one of my favorite fragrance oils from her line. And then when they were ready to start selling, she contacted me again and said that she was going to send me her entire collection. Y'all, this lady is so nice. Like, and I've been promoting her business nonstop. She doesn't pay me. I'm not affiliated with them other than like PR, but I don't get paid for any of these posts. And they don't give me anything in exchange for it. She's just a really nice individual, and honestly, I believe she just appreciated my work. And the fact that I was honest, I gave detailed reviews, and I just agreed to it, you know, and to work with her or whatever. So I think it was really nice. And so I don't get anything in return for that other than the fact that just that she's really nice. So it's not anything. I'm honestly promoting out the kindness of my heart because she was so nice and she didn't have to be. And also it's like, you're one of the first companies, like I'm on the PR list. You're nice to me. And just the fact that I was thought of by up and coming company and they did right by me and their people, I don't know, it just hits different. So I've been promoting her nonstop, honestly. And it was also kind of like it also really worked out, the fact that, because I was just thinking about her company a few days ago before that email was sent to me, and I seen that she actually started posting on her platform, because I had been promoting their Instagram for a little while now, but it was private at the time still because nothing was posted or anything. And I was thinking about it, I was wondering when it was going to be up and stuff like that. And I had just randomly got that email the next day after I thought about that, and I just thought it was crazy. And the fact that, and what was really good timing was the fact that those videos that I needed to be edited for like a few months now, those videos I edited and scheduled out, and it ended up working out perfectly because the amount of time that I waited to edit and post those. And then I had 2 videos. So the last one of me, I think testing or making the candles, the last one that I put up came out on Sunday, which is the day before that they contacted me saying that they were going to do a pre-lunch on Monday. I want y'all to see my hair. Like, I didn't have it like this before. You hear that crunch? I didn't have it like this before because this wig is so thick. It was a good price too, but this wig is so thick I can't get in between everything, and it has so much volume. I didn't get the look that I was going for, so it's like puffy right now. But I actually got the curls to come out with how I did it. I had to detangle it because it just had so much hair and it had so much shedding, but it's still a really thick wig at the end of the day. And I did my hair like freshly last night, but I had the wig off because I had to drench it because I wasn't getting the curls to pop because it wasn't intaking water and it wasn't intaking the products the right way because I didn't have the adequate amount of water in the hair. So when I took a shower, I just go ahead and wash the hair, wash all the product out the hair. And I also noticed that using the wet line gel makes the curls pop more than anything else, honestly. And since I want to start certain businesses that people are probably going to be asking, oh, where do you get your hair from, this and that, I want to go ahead and start building that brand up and building my brand up. And then you're buying what I've been wearing and stuff like that, or you're seeing what I'm interested in and you're interested in the same thing. And then at some point, like Summerella, she's selling hair now. She's been known for her hair for a long time, wearing 4 bundles and stuff like that. And I've been getting more into natural hair and, you know, matching my hair texture, which just matches really good. It's just, it was wet, so I needed to lay it down. So I laid it down as best as I could before I got to work because I didn't want to put my scarf on today or whatever. But I want to go ahead and get that started. So, and find myself. I've been trying to find my beauty and what I find beautiful and working on my own natural hair. So, and I cut it and it's already at this back here where it was maintaining that same length for a long time. It's already here in curly state. So I've been doing pretty good, I guess, growing it out, which is why I wasn't afraid to cut it because I cut it before and it's grew, you know, back here or whatever. So welcome back. So it has been a very long time since I have posted. I have like the first video that you're gonna see that's been there for a little while now, since I got my first Lone Star order, and that's my second. So I ended up buying my wax from there instead of the other place. I forgot what it's called, but instead of the other place this time. And as you can see, I have a bag, right? So usually, you know, you can store your wax in other containers, and I think now I'm gonna have to, because in the wax sitting in this 100-degree heat, whatever it is, because it's really hot right now, my wax is already soft too, you know, and it's gonna, you know, melt a little bit sitting out in the sun because I, you know, just got home. But problem is, if you can see that, right? You see that? The bags are busted. And this one is the worst. I'm trying to, I think, is it this side? Is this side. I had to turn the flash on, but yeah, like there's so much wax from here to here. And I'm scared to even move it. Oh, and this piece is busted open too. Like, yeah, it's really soft right here. And you can see the wax kind of hanging out, right? Because this side is kind of like smushed. You saw that little crumbled piece fell. Yeah, so this is very poor, because I'm not gonna say that the delivery person is the one who bust these open. So I mean I don't know. It could have did that during delivery, but at the same time, I felt the bag should not have busted like that. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, that could have been like much worse than it was. Like, thank God it wasn't too much wasted product. It was a little bit, but it wasn't too much. But still, that's poor. That's piss poor, and it's all around here too. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I also bought this as well as a piston funnel. Alright, so what I can do, I can either leave it in there, or I can So not only was the wax messed up in the shipping box, as y'all saw, I put it inside of the container, or as you're watching, I'm putting it inside of my container. And then, like, I had a feeling that, because I tried a different supplier, and I'm like, I wanted different suppliers, it was cheaper, could have been shipped faster, and it did get to me faster. But then I was like, what if they don't use the same supplier or manufacturer? And I'm like, I'm sure most people use different stuff or people, which is why I don't like to buy, or I haven't bought wigs from different vendors and stuff like that, because they could be all coated, even if it could be the same wig, they're coated in their own waxes, you know, because the wigs are coated in wax to keep them sturdy and to keep their shape and stuff like that, and their stature. But most places use different waxes to coat their wigs, so I don't like getting my wigs from different suppliers, especially since that's the main element and burning component of a candle, right? I ended up being right. I checked on the site, and guess what? At the bottom of the description, which I didn't read, I guess, it said this is not made by the same manufacturer as the main manufacturer. So I bought almost $100 worth of wax that I can't use. I can, or at least try it out, I guess, I don't know. But it's not my specific wax, and that is kind of as crazy to just use that wax with little to no testing just because it's kind of, because not even just kind of the same, just because they use the same name. That's crazy. And I could tell because the wax was softer, it had a smell, and it doesn't list paraffin up there, but I know how paraffin smells, and it had a higher paraffin percentage. I could smell it. The wax had a specific smell to it, or at least it didn't have nearly as much smell as my usual wax has. So, and then people say, oh, it performed really good or even better than the wax I use. I'm like, it has paraffin in it. If that's the case, it probably has paraffin in it, or just a really, really high vegetable oil concentrate, which I think it does too, because it's really, really soft. But not only that, but the shipping components was just messed up. The bags were thin, and they had holes in them. Not even just holes, they had like if you took a knife, they had slits, and like large slits, because it didn't just leak out the package, it leaked through the holes. There was also no protection in the box either, like any packet peanuts or anything. There was nothing. So not only was that trash, the shipping time was good, the price was good, but everything else was bad, and it's not even my main wax, and I can't even use it. But I may, I don't want to sell it because I feel like it does have paraffin in it, and my main thing is a part of my branding that I need to start incorporating and yelling out more and marketing more is the fact that it is migraine and allergy and headache free, because I deal with that a lot because I have very heavy allergies that I've developed over the years, and things like that. I have become more sensitive to fragrances, and I learned that by creating my own candle company, so which is why I use the wax that I use now, and it took me so long to get where I am. So yeah, so I do need to advertise that and market that more because it is migraine and headache free, and so are my fragrances. I do that as well because I also have them, because it's important to me, about reproductive health. So also the fragrance oils that I use are clean, and they burn clean, and they are phthalate free, carcinogen free, and all those other carcinogens and toxins that can release into the air. Of course, a fragrance is a chemical, but I want them to be as clean as possible that I can get it. So I do choose every clean scent that I possibly can, that does not have the, the skulls on the, crosses up there, or say, can affect reproductive health. So I don't use any of that, even though, it can be over time or a certain limit. I don't want to use it at all, because those are two things that I am concerned with. So those are two things that I put into my brand. Because if I wouldn't use it, why would I try to sell it? Because I have to advertise that. So when I started developing allergies or migraines from my last wax, even though I was good at first, then I started like, okay, I think this is what's triggering me. So I stopped. But so yeah, so I wasted wax. So I released the site, I redid everything, going back and forth between Square Up and Shopify, Etsy, all of that. I just decided to go on Square Up. I finished the shipping profiles. I can't get real-time shipping because I have to pay for that. And actually, it's not even like with the $30 plan, it's literally with the $80 plan. So I just went researching and did my shipping profiles, doing flat rate shipping, keep it as simple as possible, even though I may eat some of that cost. I hope not. But I may eat some of that cost, but I did as good as I can with as much leeway as I give it. Because I don't want shipping to be too expensive. I don't want it to be too cheap to where a lot comes out of my pocket. So, but yeah, so that's what I've been doing so far. It's been a long journey. So not only did it take me almost 5 years to even get this recipe, it took me almost an entire year for me to even get my labels and just everything set up and stuff like that. So I still got things to do behind the scenes for my branding and things of that nature, but we've at least gotten closer, and I've relaunched. So obviously I didn't get to make or restock any candles that I wanted to, but I at least still have some, like maybe 2 or 3%, including the new ones. I have like 6 or 7 total. Everything may not have something, or it may not be a lot, which I plan on making, but it ain't what's planned. But I'm still gonna have them released because even though I hid my website link while I was re-editing and everything and making the products behind the scenes, I have been just getting more and more traffic on my site. So it's like every time my listings and my videos and my reels blow up, or at least get a decent amount of views, because I was away for a while working on this and doing other stuff. I started a gaming channel, just other hobbies and stuff like that. So while I'm away, getting back into it took me a little while, so that was humbling. But I started to gain some more traction, and for some reason, the traffic on my site was just increasing, and it was like by 4,000%. And I'm like, okay, that's a good thing though. But I also hadn't been released, so I just go ahead and open up the site. People are already on there. I got everything situated, so at least everything is good to go. I don't have a lot of product, and it's not real-time shipping, but it's good to go for the most part, and I can still be working on stuff in the background. Oh yeah, and I finally got my product pictures done. So what I did was I just used the site to generate some images for me, put my candle on there, and then I paid an artist to put my labels on there. And I'm just keep it simple for right now. Instead of spending all that extra money, I just keep it simple, do something like that so it looks more realistic, it looks better, and it fits my branding. And that's what I did for my product photos and my labels.